Welcome, my beautiful Tauruses, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to do a special little reading, which is called Person on Your Mind. We could call it Love Messages. You could be, this is, for those who potentially you're in a relationship and maybe things have gone quiet for some reason, or someone that you may have been with. I definitely feel like I'm reading for soulmates. I know that because of all the readings, all of them are talking about soulmates, and I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. Free will decisions, those are free will decisions. Um, so we're looking for five very specific things. But before I tell you the questions, I just want to welcome Tara's sun, moon, and rising. Happy almost birthday to Tara's sun. Right around the corner. I think it's what, on the 19th. So happy birthday to you. Um, Many of you are intuitively guided because you're probably here wanting to know about a Taurus. And if that's the case, please trust your intuition and don't be afraid of asking your guides to send you signs so you know if a reading is for you. Because I read through my spirit guides, I use the cards as the tools to ignite my intuition, but I definitely read through my spirit guides and yours. So definitely ask for confirmation. If you want to, you don't have to. Um, what else do I want to say? Really, yeah, just use your intuition. So we're going to ask five specific questions. We're going to ask, what are their current feelings for you right now? What is their current view of you right now? What actions are they thinking of taking or are going to take soon or right now? Your current view of them, which is just as important because maybe, first of all, I was just about to say maybe you're not even interested, but I have a feeling you wouldn't be here if there's not some interest. Maybe it's not like full blown love, but I just want to know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever brought you, your guides know. Your guides will give you the messages you need. And then last but not least, we're going to ask for the overall energy that supports these connections, that supports these soulmates. And we're going to use three different decks. We're going to use our Gila Tarot to go deeper after we ask the questions. We're going to use Mother Mary, which is my favorite oracle deck. I just love her words of wisdom. And we're going to use Mother Mary after the reading, so over the connection. A lot of times I'll do Mother Mary first, but I feel like over the connection is the best. So she can give you some comfort, words of wisdom, whatever it may be, whatever you need to hear. And then for your questions, it's interesting. This is a deck I don't use very often, but it was calling out to me, and this is called the Good Tarot. Really one of my favorite decks. The reason why I don't use it a lot is because the coloring of the deck and the coloring of my table are so close together. But it was calling out, so Taurus, I'm gonna listen. I can't ask you to listen to your intuition and then me not listen to mine. All right, so everything's pre-shuffled, but I'm going to give it a shuffle too, and we're just going to go ahead and get into this reading. All right, let's give him a cut. Okay, that definitely wants to be on top. All right, so we're going to put them right here. I want to bring the lid down so you can see the cards clearly. And let me go ahead and light my sage, which is done. So let's begin. What are their current feelings for you right now? Dun 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 dun. Patience, temperance, divine timing. Some of you could be Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is major arcana, but this really is about divine timing. Interesting. That'd be your first card. or really what their feelings for you are. You know, they may feel you're divine. I have a feeling that they may be waiting for really what feels like perfect timing. But I feel like on their side, like, what's perfect timing? So, all right. I'm going to look forward to coming back to go deeper on that one. What is their current view of you? Seven of Swords. What's up with that? Seven of Swords. So, um, it's like they're worried whether they can trust you or not. Seven of Swords is like the thief in the night energy. And maybe you left like a thief in the night. You know what I mean? Like maybe it was you who let this connection and you were just gone. Because I'm not really feeling like that I was out doing things with other people outside the relationship. That I'm not feeling that. But maybe they wonder. Maybe they wonder. And for some of you, I really feel that it's like someone left like the speed of light. I was there and then I wasn't. Okay, well, looking forward to clarifying that also. All right, so what current actions are they thinking of taking or taking? Wow, we have the tower. Interesting. Now, this reading is really for those where I just feel like the tower would have already happened. I have a feeling that in this reading, it feels more like the person on the table is probably has done the leaving, like left the situation. Now, I know that's not going to be for all of you, and that's why you again ask for clarification from your guides or just trust your intuition. But the tower is disruption. Are they handing you a tower? I don't think so. Not with divine timing here. Something may have come to an end in their life. Listen, maybe someone else that they were, maybe the two of you split up and they got involved with someone else, and maybe that other person is really that Seven of Swords energy. Because I don't know, I just don't feel it from you. So, anyways, there could be potentially an ending in their lives. And that's kind of what I really feel right now. I feel like this is more about what is ending in their life. It's interesting because they may have received a tower, but they may have given a tower. I don't feel like they give the tower to you. I feel like if they're connected to someone, I feel like it means that chances are it's now over. But they may still be going through the temporary difficult energy of change, just change in general. And it's interesting because you have temperance over here, which is all about divine timing, but also patience. And then, yes, we do have the Seven of Swords, the Thief in the Night, but it's also a seven, which is a very spiritual number. So, you may be someone who has been working on your spirituality and maybe you always have been. You know what I mean? And it like I feel like I may even speak in that type of lingo and it may not be the same. Like we may not speak that same language. But it doesn't mean we don't feel the same thing, right? It's just that you express it one way, I express it another way. I feel like this tower is something has ended in their life. And, especially again with temperance here. And listen, temperance may had a part in that. Divine may have had a part in this tower coming to an end, especially because we're doing soulmates here. And listen, sometimes I do feel like the universe has to get involved. Sometimes the universe does have to kind of shake things up to get us back on our, let's just say, true path. Now, I don't feel like there's a right or wrong path. It's whatever path you choose. I don't feel like you're judged on that. But maybe your soul wanted to have this experience. So your spiritual team is like, okay, well, then this is the only way we can start to bring this about again is to have the other person, have a shakeup in their life. And that's what it feels like, a shakeup. But did they give the tower? That's a potential. That is a real potential. Maybe they were with someone who did cheat on them. Maybe they accused you of cheating on them and you didn't, because I just don't feel like you did. But then maybe someone they were with after the fact did, and now they're like, okay, now I see the difference. Okay, well, let's see what your current view of them is. Hmm, look at that, the Knight of Cups. It's like you want them to come in. The Knight of Cups says Messenger of Cups here, Messenger of Water, is really about an unexpected couple fulfillment coming your way. So I feel like I want this, but I also feel like that makes sense with the tower now, right? Because it's like something ends. They don't have a choice. It like whatever ended, it ended, period. Whether they wanted it to end or they didn't want it to end. I feel like for some, they wanted it to end. Maybe they couldn't find their way out. And that's where divine came in. Like, well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you, like make the earth shake under your feet, to get you moving towards your true desires. So I love that you have the Knight of Cups. That makes me feel, first of all, that you must still love them. And I feel like, I wouldn't be doing this reading, these type of readings, if I didn't feel like they would have some type of feelings towards you also. And is it immediate? Well, we are looking for current energy, but I do have to say the time distance between the tower and then the Knight of Cups, it could be different for different people. It could be like immediate, like boom, tower coming in, gonna contact you. Well, we'll see how it comes in. Right now, it's not really telling us how it's going to come in, except that it's unexpected. But I feel like you want it, like you're going to receive it. All right, but let's look at what the overall energy that's supporting these soulmates is. And we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. It's like your inner child. Some of you may have known each other from childhood. And when I say childhood, I feel like up to the age of like 18. Of course, maybe your whole life now. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like for some of you, you may have met when you were pages, let's say. And, pages, I often think as like, younger people, and I'm learning as a page. I'm going to make mistakes, and probably in love. Um, but I can also grow from those mistakes. I mean, that's really what it's about, growing from it. I do feel like someone like, let's just say that the Seven of Swords belongs to the other person. I do feel like there was like some injury to the inner child, but maybe this is what our soul's quest is to help heal each other's inner child, even if I cause that pain. Now, to me, the page also talks about what's in the atmosphere. What's in the atmosphere. It hasn't come in yet, but it's in the atmosphere. Well, it would make sense that it would be cups, right? Especially sitting right next to the Knight of Cups. And this page of cups is mirrored by temperance every year. Patience. But I feel like the day of patience is like, I don't feel like you have to be patient much longer. If this is again what you want, and I feel like it definitely feels like some energy has like had to be cleared or has yet to be cleared, but maybe we help clear it together. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. House of Abundance. Really one of my favorite energies. I definitely feel in the Ten of Pentacles, one of the energies is loyalty. Like loyalty to everyone here. Some of you, this could talk about blending of families. You may also, it's interesting because I feel like some of you may use like spiritual lingo and they may not, but I don't think that matters because I feel like you're pretty similar. And listen, Taurus, I feel like, I'm a Virgo, and that's why I like the Ten of Pentacles. Like, yes, I want love, but I also want security, right? And that's what I feel in the Ten of Pentacles. Like, this is a house that takes root. I often feel in the Ten of Pentacles that, if this love story, if it comes back together, I feel like it's a love story that will be talked about even after you're gone. Like my children, my grandchildren, they speak about us and our love and our trials and tribulations and how we came back together. All of that, that's really what makes a romantic love story. I mean, if you watch any movie, there's usually a breakup. And, we're spiritual beings having human experiences, but these human experiences can feel like, I don't know, I want to say the word like so real. And in a way, they are real, but in a way, they're not. And I say that because I feel like once we all cross over, we look back at all this like crap that we like hung on to or or like we were like just unwilling to forgive or whatever it may be. Like we look back and be like, oh, what time I wasted, but not with judgment. No judgment. Let's see what's under the 10. Okay, the 8 of Cups. Someone is walking away from something, someone. And what I love about the 8 of Cups is someone has also found emotional clarity. It's almost like, listen, maybe what happened is you were with this person and maybe it is them who carried that Seven of Swords energy. Now, that can, again, can be a range of things. You know what I mean? It can be, and sometimes it could be my own toxic thoughts. Like I just think someone's cheating. Doesn't mean that they actually are. But, I still feel that's a hard energy to carry around. If I feel like that, then I have to question. I feel like then I need to question that. But anyways, because I get this feeling like they paid their karma. Like maybe you broke up and then they got with someone else and that person turned out to be like a liar and a cheat and all that. And it's like they got instant karma. But through that karma, they definitely learned. And that's what karma is about, learning, learning it and then claiming that I learned it. Universe, I've learned my lesson. You do not need to repeat it. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the Gilded Tarot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a line above the spread and a line below. And I'm doing that because I feel like I can get different perspectives. So I am looking forward to figuring out. I do feel like I understand some of this energy, but I feel like there's a lot of different things going on. So let's get as much clarity as we can. And I am going to shuffle for these cards. So it starts at the beginning. And we again have temperance, patience, divine timing. And that is about their current feelings for you. Tell us more, tell us more. Some of you may be a Sagittarius. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Interestingly, the 8 of Pentacles right next to the 10 of Pentacles now. I feel like the Eight of Pentacles, because this is a love reading, we're not really talking so much about money and career. The Eight of Pentacles would signify, if I question, can something, can we come together and really go to the Ten of Pentacles? You know what I mean? Can we create roots that our foundation can no longer be knocked over? Eight of Pentacles would say, if you focus on that, if you guys put your focus on your love, then absolutely it will grow. Whatever you focus on in the Eight of Pentacles grows and grows and grows. It's also an eight, potentially a new beginning. All right, let's keep going. I feel like someone is like having a conversation with their spirit guides, like, you know, like, should I even try? Will this work? Even though I feel like the love is there, like, can we work this out? Eight is also the number of infinity, as above, so below, no beginning, no end. Okay, we're gonna take these, but we're gonna take the face up ones first. That knocked my cards all over the place. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles over the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Page of Swords over the Tower. Now we have our two pages. Page Swords, Page of Cups. Doesn't matter what your sign is, because I feel like this is communication. And for some of you, I do feel like you knew each other at a younger time. And there could have been quite a bit of time in between this, because I do feel like and I don't feel like this is for everyone, but I feel like for some, they did get into another relationship, and I feel like that relationship was hell. But I feel like that, like, Divine's like, but listen, that's called karma, my dear. And maybe now they get it. Maybe now they really get it. I feel like they're coming in saying, Tower has cleared my life. And this is what I want. It's like now I just feel like someone has true understanding. It's like their spirit guides got through. And I do feel like they were asking. Interesting how I kept saying, like, I don't feel like they're as spiritual as you, but I still feel like, maybe they were praying. Maybe they were praying for answers. And, sometimes when you pray for an answer, yes, a tower can be sent. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not what I asked for, but did you not ask for true love? Yes. Okay. Well, you're not with your true love. So we have to shake up that the atmosphere so that we can answer your prayer. Okay. Queen of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. And I talk so much about how I love Scorpio and Taurus together. And I know that's not for everyone, but I do. I just do. I love you with the with water. And now it doesn't have to be. I mean, I feel like you can get along with anyone, really. And I also feel like when I say water, I just mean, like, I do feel like you need or you want someone who's nurturing, right? Who has a nurturing soul. I don't want anyone who's like, I have to guess in Taurus. If you're the Taurus here, um, I'm a Virgo, and I know us earth signs can have a hard time expressing our true emotions. We're more of a shower than a teller. But sometimes you've got to be able to tell. I feel like you have to learn that these words of endearment are really what builds the foundation, and I mean like just little things start to build a foundation. So anyways, Queen of Cups. And then hello lovers. Hello lovers. Coming over the Page of Cups. This is a card of Gemini. Meaning of the card is a head over heart decision. Um, I kind of feel like the decision's already been made in their head and their heart. So I feel like this is more about the chemistry between two people. And there may be a lot of chemistry. And when I say that, what I want you to think about, like, if we're very passionate, then passion can go the opposite way too, right? Like, and I don't know why I keep bringing this up in readings. Maybe because Mercury's in retrograde. What was I going to say? Oh, I feel like, where there's passion in love, well, we can also fight with passion. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's just learning that, right? Like, okay, we're so passionate that, we can have these arguments, but I feel like you come back together. Like it's not about like having an argument and leaving, even though I feel like for someone did leave like quickly. But this is not about that. This is not about the past. This is about the current and what wants to be. Doesn't guarantee it will be, right? Because really, head over heart decision. All right, well, we got some extra cards. Let's take them. We're going to go below. We have the Queen of Swords, Gemini. Got Gemini right here, Libra or Aquarius. But this is the Queen of. Listen, I feel like, again, I want you to kind of forget the sign and I want you to think of the energy because this is someone who I don't feel like could live, same as you, Taurus. I don't feel like you could live in a house full of lies. Like, I can't live in the house of lies. I need integrity. I need truth. I need to know the words that you speak to me are true, not telling me what I want to hear. This is someone who values integrity. So if you don't have it, don't come on in. You know what I mean? Her sword is raised. She may be in a little aggressive mood, but you know. All right. We have justice. Wow. Maybe some of you were literally married. This is a card for Libra. Libra's major arcana. This is about balance though. That's really what justice is about. And you do have the two pentacles above that. So someone's kind of like asking the question, can I trust? Can I not? And maybe only time will tell. I also feel like, again, someone dealt with karma because this can certainly be karmic energy also. And it can be all of the above, by the way. So I feel like there were cutting of ties, and I feel like that was you and them. And then I feel like, and maybe you got in another relationship, but honestly, I feel it's the other person who had to deal with like their own karma. But I feel like they did. And they found clarity through that. And listen, once you find that, then you don't have to repeat it. Balance is important. Justice is about making you whole again. And I also feel like someone could come in and be like, I got a divorce or I left someone, and that's what we're heading towards. And I feel like if someone says that to me, like, I'm getting a divorce, or I feel like more like I'm getting a divorce, or, I cut ties, then I want to make sure those ties are cut 100%. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, listen, Taurus doesn't want to play games. I don't want to play games. You know, if you come in and you tell me that you cut ties with someone, you learned some valuable lessons, you know what you want now, you know that our love was real, come in, only tell me truths. Because if you come in and lie, I'll know it right away. And that will be my answer. The answer will be no. So, truthful conversation. All right, well, let's see what comes under it. Could be you. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I have to tell you, um, to me, the King of Pentacles, first of all, the King of Pentacles is someone who can look at a situation from the big picture. I'm not digging in at every single detail. It's like I get it now. I see the big picture. It's almost like divine is like you have to see the big picture to understand, so that you can have clarity and so you can put the past in the past. Now, even if this is two people coming back together, I don't feel like they'd be coming back in the same type of energy, because wouldn't we just be repeating the same thing again? So there has to have been some type of, you know, vibrations getting higher and higher. And I feel like if vibration gets higher through your experiences and the willingness to understand, okay, sometimes these lessons are trying to teach me. What are they trying to teach me? What do I need to learn? Well, I know one thing. I know whoever comes in, they better be loyal. But I feel like that's exactly what it's stating. Maybe they weren't before. I don't know. I don't know. Because I do feel like you cut ties. Um, but again, divine is here. So I feel like when divine shows up in your reading, what is one of her messages? Letting go of control. Like of exactly how things must show, how things must be, and instead sometimes recognizing that some energy, it's just like divine, like maybe I didn't expect this cup. Maybe I didn't expect this person to reach out and communicate. Maybe I didn't know this person has been in this tower type energy. Maybe I don't know that they've been on their knees praying for clarity and they're receiving it, or they have received it. All right. Well, hello, Temperance again. So, do I think Temperance is involved with these soulmates? 100%. And I also want to say with the lovers there, sometimes I can relate that back to a twin flame. Though, sometimes I hate even saying that because people like they want their twin flame, but twin flame relationships can be very, very difficult. But let's just forget about that and let's say soulmates. And whatever it is, it is. We don't even have to put a title. Let's just say love. So, how beautiful that divine is not only working in their life, but also working in your life. And maybe I've been praying, maybe, and I do feel like we have the Page of Cups, now we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, or the Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and what I'm saying is I feel like there's progression. I feel like there's growth. It's almost like when I was young and dumb and now I know better. Back then it was all about me, but now I know it can't be all about me. Why? Well, because they must love you. All right. And I'm not one of those readers who just like throw readings out there. Like if I do a reading, it's because like I feel like that's what the energy is calling for. And I'm not putting other readers down, don't get me wrong. But like I want real answers, real solutions. But that's why you also have to pay attention to your own intuition, your own spirit guides. But look at Temperance. She is like involved in this love. Oh my. All right, we got two cards. First of all, we got the Nine of Cups. And then look at this, the Knight of Pentacles, your guardian angel. This Knight of Pentacles is so interesting because first of all, I feel like there's okay. Okay, so I feel like there's one person who had to learn some karmic lesson, or at least a karmic lesson, and it's what they have done to, I feel like you. And then I feel like there was a split, and maybe they connected. I keep saying maybe, but I do feel like they connected with someone else. And I feel like, boy, did they go through hell. Now, you may say good. And listen, maybe it is good because they have learned. They have learned. And then I feel like for you, on the other side of the coin, I feel like yes, you also had to deal with all this energy. And I do feel like for a lot of you, I feel like it's you who left. It's you who cut ties. It can be the other way around, of course, but again, the Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. Divine's like, I've got this. I've got this. Just enjoy your life and it'll come in its time, right? It'll come in. The Nine of Cups is about inner harmony. And listen, when you find inner harmony, then you're ready for real, true love. If you don't have inner harmony, it's really hard to like give yourself because you have to be, the one thing we have to realize is if we want love and we're praying for love and we're asking for the highest vibrational love possible, it's going to match our vibration. So, am I ready for love? Can I love? Can I give my heart? Can I forgive if it's needed? Doesn't mean you can repeat. You know what I mean? Like if I'm forgiving someone, it's a one-time deal, baby. Like there won't be forgiveness a second time. But I don't feel that. I shouldn't even brought that up. So I feel like temperance is because again, temperance is patience, right? Divine timing. And it is about letting go of control and trusting that divine's got her hand right in these love stories. So 9 does feel singular, right? It is singular. But it is like, again, I feel like the energy of the hurt and the pain, I feel like it's subsided quite a bit. But then look at this. The Knight of Pentacles says, I'm going to bring something into your physical world. Now, we're doing a love reading, so it's a love. And it's coming into your physical world. When? In the right time. When's the right time? Well, I feel like we're getting some clues here. When there's inner harmony, when I'm able to open my heart, because otherwise, what's the sense, right? What would be the sense of all this? Again, I feel like the chemistry, it's already there. And listen, I may not feel it right this moment, but I feel like the second we talk again, boom, it just comes back. It's just there again. Do I feel like these people are meant to be together? I do. But I also feel like they had to experiences that their souls also wanted to accomplish. And listen, some of those souls, what your soul wants to accomplish in this physical plane, in this lifetime, which is just a blimp, like bleep. I can't find the right word, in the spirit world, life is just like, it's just like a dream. and then you wake up. Anyways, I come at the right time, not before, not after. And why? Because I want you to be able to take what I bring and I want you to be able to nurture it, love it, grow it. This is something that I feel like, first of all, do I think it's relating back to that Ten of Pentacles? I do. But I feel like it's a journey to get back to the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting, I'm saying back to it. So some of you have already been there. But it doesn't feel the same because I feel like now that Ten of Pentacles is speaking about a house of loyalty, a house that takes roots. And you have so much divine energy that's connecting the two of you. I don't know how it could be wrong. Just don't know how it could be wrong. I feel like the main requirement is if you're going to come back in, because again, I feel like if I'm you, the one who's what's your current view of them, it's showing me that you do want them to come back in. And listen, it may not be something that I'm like is always on my mind. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like you're also just living your life. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you found a lot of clarity in your life. It's like you were 5 steps ahead of them. You know what I mean? Like you matured before they did, but now they're mature, and so are you. And I don't mean age-wise. I just mean knowledge and understanding life and understanding energy. And I feel like if this person gets a second chance, I feel like I feel like they're going to be so thankful. I feel like the gratitude is off the charts. Now, I want you to be careful here because, I do not want to give you false hope. And that's why I want you to ask your spirit guides to send you a sign. Sometimes it can be a number, whatever you want, like whatever you need. Um, and also, I feel like there could be time here. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be for everyone, but I do feel like there must have been some time. But look at divine, like temperance, divine timing. And what does temperance say? You can trust in divine timing. You should trust in divine timing. And then the Knight of Pentacles, I come in at the right time. And I feel like when is the right time? When I found inner harmony within myself. And maybe both. For one, I feel like the right time for one is after this tower. So I do feel like it's almost like this person was doomed to go through this tower energy. They had no clue going in, but it feels like it was always going to be a tower. Why? Because I do feel like it's a karmic lesson. But I do feel like they learned it. All right. I mean, there's hardship in here. This is life, right? That is life. There's uncertainty. That is life. That's why I've got to trust my gut, trust my intuition, trust energy. You feel if something is right or not. And if it doesn't feel right, trust that. But if it does feel right, trust that. Now, just because it feels right doesn't mean that there aren't still steps to be taken. I'm trying to be as real as I can. Um, because I want this for all of you. I really do. And listen, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like the chemistry was off the chart. And that chemistry may be what really, like, we didn't really understand it at the time. Maybe that's when we were pages. And, um, I just feel like, like the opposite end of that, like polar opposites of chemistry is, passion within the fighting and the yelling and the screaming. But I also feel like we've matured past that point too. Doesn't guarantee there won't be arguments, fights, but I feel like what it's saying, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, really anchoring your reading, that is, to me, the most grounded you could be. All right, let's take Mother Mary over these, I want to say lovers, over these soulmates, over this love. And what words of wisdom do you have for those who are going through these situations right now? What words of wisdom can we have, Mother Mary? Look, she knocked that queen right over. Giving and receiving. Interesting how that queen got knocked off there. Maybe that queen was who was in that tower. Anyways, giving and receiving reminds me of the Six of Pentacles. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. That means both are feeding the relationship in an equal amount. Doesn't mean like, I often feel like sometimes someone may be down and the other one helps to lift them back up. It doesn't mean our energies are always equal, but we recognize it within each other, and I do feel this is the energy of being able not only to give, but to receive and allowing yourself to receive. It sounds simple, right? But a lot of people have a block there. Like I can give easier than I can receive. All right. And it makes sense with justice being right there, which is all about balance. Grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Grace. Giving and receiving. Grace. And I want to do one more. I just feel like one more wants to come out. Um, some of you, I feel like, you probably took quite a hit. And even if you're the one who left, I still feel like, I took quite a hit. And I feel like your self-confidence, like, took a hit. And I feel like you've been working on that. You've been working on that. Whoa. Okay. Well, I never refused Mother Mary, so first she knocked the king or the queen, now she's knocked the king off. But let's see. Oh, quite a bit, but I am. Oh, love, 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 come together right now over love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Love is the answer to all of my questions. The lovers. In the psychic tarot, it's just called love. Or no, I think in the good tarot, it's just called love. Inner child. Wow. I do feel like some inner childs got injured, but I also feel like there's the recovery. Um, if it hasn't already happened, then, and you gotta allow it at the same time, right? Like, and I love this energy, especially for love coming back together because I feel it's very playful, romantic, butterflies, that type of energy. Let's see what it says. I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self-care. Prayer. Well, I definitely feel like that's what someone was doing. I do feel like they were praying, and I feel like you are their answer. You are their answered prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about this situation to bring about real solutions. It's very close to the energy of temperance. And then last but not least, watched over. One of my favorite cards, and the reason why it's one of my favorite cards is I know that we're being watched over. I've always felt that. I shouldn't say always, but since I've really gotten to my spirituality, I can feel it. I know it. You know what I mean? And I want you to know that too, like your guides. You have a team of guides, and it definitely feels like they are involved in your love life, watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. Enjoy my life, knowing that I am being watched over. Prayer. Definitely feel like that was them. Now, could have been you too. And again, prayers can be answered in different ways, in different times. Like I may want it now, but maybe it's not the right time. Knight of Pentacles will say, I'll let you know when it's the right time. This is literally, and it's interesting, Knight of Pentacles is the last card. So it can be something that took some time, but we, again, are looking at current energy. So I don't feel like this is something like I have to wait a year for. I feel like it's already in the works, so to speak. It's already in the atmosphere, so to speak. Giving and receiving, important. Not only do I want to make sure I'm able to give love, I need to make sure I can receive love, grace. I need to know that I deserve love, and so do they. And then love. And I feel like love just means, let's not even put titles on this. It's love, inner child, playfulness, enjoying each other, being in the present moment. Yes, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, and that's a real potential of where we can end up. And again, I feel like for some blended families, could even be families coming back together type of energy. And then last but not least, watched over. So I feel like it's almost like if I can just give the worry away and just trust in divine timing. What's meant to find me will find me, because I feel like your spiritual team has your back and has their back too. And I do feel like they prayed for an answer and they got a tower, and they're like, what the hell? A tower? But that tower, honestly, I feel like it kind of saves their life. And not just saves their life, but I feel like it's what allows this to have the potential of coming together. Now, I also want to signify that sometimes this can talk about past lives, because you are soulmates. That means that, you've known each other before and you've known each other for eternity. And, you'll know each other when we all cross over. You'll recognize, you will be recognized. But what was I going to say? Oh, so sometimes I feel like this can also be past life energy. And if that's the case, I feel like you'll feel that somehow. Maybe in this lifetime you haven't met this person yet. And maybe what you want is real love. Well, maybe that's exactly what's coming your way. Now, let's just hand it over to divine, say amen, and claim it. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you, Taurus. And I know there's a lot of people here who aren't Tauruses. I love you too. My prayer is that, whoever this is meant for, that it comes together in really a beautiful way. And I feel like let it be playful. Let it be playful. Like allow yourself to experience the playfulness, the butterflies, even a little bit of the fear. But I feel like the fear, it's different. It's a different type of fear. Yeah, it just is. It's different. And I also feel Mother Mary is like, let's just call it love. We don't have to say twin flame. We don't have to say soulmate. We don't have to say karma. Let's just say love, because this is about love. I'm going to let that be, guys. I love you. I thank you. Um, I was going to do your reading live, but then something told me not to. I don't know why. Like something's like, no, don't do it live. So I didn't. Um, but maybe I'll do your monthly because I'm going to do your monthly pretty soon. So it's ready for your birthday. I'll probably do it within a week we're in what, April, for May. I can't even think what month we're in. Oh my God. That's what happens when you work from home. It's like days. It doesn't matter what day it is. Doesn't matter what the date is. You know what I mean? Anyways, I love you guys. I thank you. I'll see you next time, either at our lives. And by the way, if you're not getting notifications for when I go live, and that's when you can really ask me any questions you want. Um, what you want to do if you're a subscriber is make sure that bell is rung 100%, because and the only reason I'm bringing up this month is because I've been getting so many emails and messages for people who are like, I do the reader and I went like Leo, I went live and it's like, why am I not getting your notifications? First of all, check to make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube does unsubscribe people. I don't know why, they just do. Um, that's number one. And then make sure the bell's 100%. And you literally have to hit that bell. I mean, you have to do something with it to make it. You have to just say yes to all notifications. And I won't overwhelm you with like reading after reading after reading. So anyways, I'm gonna let that be. I love you. See you next time at our table. Bye bye.